Healthcare. A broad spectrum of individuals who work in a resonant stream of responsibility and dedication to their patients, rippling out to communities in need.
We want to change this.
Over the course of the past 2 weeks, our spectrum of knowledge in the breadth of palliative care has broadened to greater heights as we've worked with our e-patient to recognize the disparities in this family.
We now understand the main issues that palliative care patients face when working with healthcare professionals.
Communication and consistency.
The widespread presence of buzzwords makes understanding diagnoses and care options difficult for patients. In the e-patient community, voicing patient opinions is often a difficult process and may not always end up successful. And palliative care isn't a standard of care, nor is it practiced to a consistent degree.
We needed to create something that would allow patients to express themselves, humanize themselves, and communicate what they really want during their time in palliative care.
So we began developing a solution, aiming to bring about more empathetic communication and to provide palliative care patients with their spiritual, emotional, physical, and mental needs.
After doing online research and talking to our e-patient, Kathy, we brainstormed a whole bunch of solutions.
We grouped our ideas by feasibility and the type of solution before we narrowed it down to 3 prototypes: survey, app, and remote.
We called our design auxilium, the Latin word for help.
The survey was to give patients a way to communicate information about themselves and provide feedback to their providers during the palliative care process. Oftentimes, hard-to-understand medical terminology can get in the way of clear and direct communication.
Questions like, what do you not want, suggest difficult options to choose from. We, along with our e-patient, want to reverse engineer this process to create a different connotation altogether. Our focus was centered around this question instead.
What do you want?
The goal of our remote was to give patients a tangible product with raised buttons that would allow them to communicate and fulfill their needs, such as fresh air, self-care, therapy, friendship, and more.
We also wanted to make the remote more accessible for visually impaired patients by including an audio function and grooved buttons that are easily traceable to detect which button corresponds to which activity.
Some of the features of our physical prototype include the application that runs on the iOS or Android platforms, speakers on both sides, foldable, portable, and waterproof exteriors, washable and removable silicone buttons, and a light and durable aluminum body.
Our app included features to enable patients to chat with others, access palliative care resources, and experience newfound opportunities through virtual reality, whether it be skydiving, exploring caves, or visiting new countries.
In addition to the survey, another feature of the Auxilium app includes a networking platform between a patient and their healthcare team. At the press of a button, patients will be able to reach a therapist, doctor, nurse, or any other specialist that targets their individualized needs.
Something to emphasize is the lack of mental health support systems in palliative care community. We want to combat this by offering services like care coordinators to ensure each patient can connect with others in palliative care across the country, or even the world. Our app is designed to pair up patients with similar conditions to offer support amidst an ambiguous time.
In order to individualize our app design, we created a specialized home screen with daily motivational quotes and inspirational journaling prompts for the day. Questions such as, what is your most cherished memory? Allows patients to reflect on the positive aspects of life rather than their conditions or illness. For a nature-loving patient, a calming background of lakes and mountains would be installed. For someone with a fondness for dogs, a different breed would greet them each day. Small things that give life meaning are imperative for the happiness of a patient.
A planner is essential for palliative care patients who have to worry about medications to take, various tasks to complete, and meeting with medical professionals. Patients who write down reminders are shown to be exponentially less worried about these duties and can focus on what truly matters to them.
Each aspect of the app interconnects with one another to provide utmost support and fluidity between screens. For example, a patient struggling with a chronic condition can link their goals to their planner and further allow our app to personalize each patient's needs.
The provider will see a similar screen on their end of the app interface, increasing communication and trust between both parties.
Using our e-patient's advice,
We want to improve the lives of palliative care patients.
With Auxilium, our hope is to expand the standard quality of palliative care.
On a global scale,
We will embrace this journey.
And together we'll enact change.
To care for quality is quality of care.